Welcome to my channel. As you can see, the title of this video is called SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, Planets and Missing Locations. Now, this game is fantastic. You people out there that are playing this game, you know how cool this game is, how great it is. A lot of fun, very exciting. But there's quite a few planets missing from this game. And I'm wondering, are they holding out? Is BioWare holding out to create a new Star Wars The Old Republic, maybe Mark II, and include new planets, the ones that are missing? Because there's a lot of planets that are actually missing from the Star Wars lore. And I believe that if they were incorporated into this game, they can make some really exciting flashpoints or extra stories. So we're going to look at some of the planets on the internet that are missing from Star Wars The Old Republic. And let me know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about what planets you would like to see incorporated into this game. Okay, so I'm just going to bring up the list of planets. So going right back to the top. SWTOR. There we go. From Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One. Now, this is I don't think a massive storyline could be made for this particular planet or location, but I think it would make an interesting place for a flashpoint. I'm not exactly sure what the inhabitants are that live on that planet, but I think with a bit of imagination, BioWare could probably create a really cool flashpoint on SWTOR. If we move down, Geonosis. Now, Geonosis, I'm surprised actually this planet is not included in Star Wars The Old Republic. I think that this could probably make a good storyline. It could also make a good flashpoint as well. This was featured majorly in Attack of the Clones. So I think that this would make a really cool flashpoint, really cool storyline. So Geonosis is one that I would like to play on. There's a few on there that are a bit vague, only featured a little bit in the movies, like Polis Massa, where Princess Leia basically gave birth to, not Princess Leia, sorry, basically Luke and Leia were born. So I don't really see much content in that one. Let's move down to the next one down here. So we've already got Hoth, as we know in Star Wars The Old Republic. Cool planet, I like that one. Dakar, or Dakar, however you want to pronounce it. Force Awakens Last Jedi. This is also a cool looking planet. A nice bit of greenery there. This planet could make a good flashpoint. It could also make a good storyline. Lots to explore and interesting stuff that the gamers, that the BioWare could add. Jakku. Very similar to Tatooine, got to admit. It would no doubt be missing the Star Destroyers because they didn't exist back in Star Wars The Old Republic. I think with Jakku, it would be very similar to Tatooine, so I don't really think that that would be an important planet to bring in on the storyline or even a flashpoint. I don't know, don't know, maybe you guys think that it would make a good planet. Then there's one called Cato Nemoidia. Another planet glimpsed in the Order 66 montage. This is the one that Jedi Plo Koon pilots a starfighter through shortly before he's shot. We don't really see a lot about that planet, but I think it could be exciting to explore it, to find out a bit more about it. We can actually see the movie clip here, if it comes on. Full screen? No? Nope, it's not letting me have the full screen. This is quite a mad looking kind of location actually. It looks almost like the buildings and stuff are on some kind of rings or something. So yeah, that looks pretty interesting. I think that would pretty make a cool flashpoint at least. Dagobah. Yeah, now Dagobah, that would be fun. I think that would be good for a flashpoint. It could even be good for a mission as well, like a story mission, perhaps for the Jedi class or something. And maybe you know, maybe we can find out what other inhabitants are on that planet. And why did Yoda choose that planet of all the places to hide on? Okay, Felucia. Now we see that this planet, in particular, this was on actually Star Wars Battlefront 2, where we see this very colourful planet, lots of plants and lots of fauna and stuff like that. Right, I did actually find that pretty cool to play on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think it's also actually in the Force Unleashed, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I believe it's either first or second one where you actually go to that planet. I think that would make a good flashpoint. I can't really see much of a storyline going on there, but a flashpoint, I think that would be good. Utapau, Revenge of the Sith, the site of Obi-Wan's infamous duel with General Grievous, filled with skeleton-inspired architecture and rock pools, etc., etc. I think this would probably make a really cool flashpoint as well. Storyline, not so sure. Not so sure whether that would make there would be enough content or enough on this planet or this location at least to make a deep story about it. But I think that would make a good flashpoint. I think that graphically it would be pretty cool actually. Camino. Now this isn't so much with this, as we know, this is just a planet that's one big ocean, so it'd be lots of a bit like oil rigs and you know bases and stuff that are based on the water. I think a flashpoint would be a good idea for this planet as well. Storyline again, not so sure about that one. Obviously, there wouldn't be the clone army. There also wouldn't be any facilities to create the clones, as far as I know. It all depends how far back it goes, though. Perhaps the aliens on that on Camino were creating clones for a long time, but just different ones. So a flashpoint, I would definitely say that could be fun. Jeddah. This I'll zoom in a bit more there. This would be an interesting looking planet. It's featured. Sorry, let's just go back here. Come out the big screen. Somehow. Okay, hit a bit of a glitch there. Doesn't appear to be any. Make it big, make it small. Let's try that one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right. So Jeddah. This was featured in Rogue One. A place, it says, this is basically in interstellar Tibet, a cold, mountainous place where holy men and galactic backpackers exist alongside an imperial occupation. And if you like planets to contain chilling reminders of the impermanence of earthly glory, Jeddah also has a few gargantuan Jedi statues. So obviously it's a place where the Jedis were at some point as well. Perhaps one of the early places where they settled. I think that would make a good storyline. I think a good storyline in there. Definitely a flashpoint. But also I reckon a good storyline could fit in with that one. We got Crate from The Last Jedi. Can't really see much potential for that planet, to be honest. It's a lot of salt, basically, in a few mountain ranges and stuff. Not really interested in that one being included. Another one from Rogue One, Lamar. That's like a farming community, farming planet. Again, wouldn't really care to see that one involved. Not really much to see going on there. We've obviously got Alderaan. Takodana, Force Awakens. Probably very similar to Endor, which, interestingly enough, is I don't think it's actually on this link, on this internet link. Endor isn't on there. I don't think it's on there. But I think a foresty looking, foresty jungly kind of a planet would be good for a flashpoint, maybe storyline. Definitely a flashpoint. So that's something they can add. I know that BioWare are adding different things at different times, but I still think they're a bit thin on content, and I think that they should introduce new planets to keep us all interested. Yavin 4, that's already in there. Scarif, now it looks like a cool planet, some kind of paradise. I think in some cases it's similar to to Rishi to some degree. But I think a nice what this planet reminds me of actually is the original Knights of the Old Republic. On one of the last missions that you play, you're on like a paradise kind of island. That was one of my favourite places to go actually in the storyline, and you actually had a chance to turn against your companions on that hub, if I remember correctly, because I remember. Okay, sorry, there was a bit of a glitch there. The internet went. Uh, anyway, Cantonica, Last Jedi. This is the casino, and looking at the planet there, that looks like that could be a pretty cool planet to do some flashpoints on. There's quite a lot of street kind of scenery there, buildings and stuff. I think it'd be a pretty cool place for a flashpoint to do some up close combat and to go through the networks of the streets and the buildings. It'd be a bit like a maze kind of mission flashpoint. I think that'd bring a lot of fun into it as well. You know, lots of surprises around the corners. Kashyyyk. Now Kashyyyk, we see that in Knights of the Old Republic, or was it Knights of the Old Republic 2? It's either in one or two of them. But Kashyyyk, as we know, plays a big part in Revenge of the Sith. Again, a very foresty planet. As I said, with Knights of the Old Republic, not Knights of the Old Republic, the Old Republic, there doesn't seem to be much foresty planets going on. So Kashyyyk, I think that could be a good fun flashpoint to do. Perhaps have some Wookiees teaming up with you, and perhaps even have a Wookiee storyline as well. That would be fun. Okay, Tatooine, that's already in there. Bespin. Now, Bespin Cloud City, we know that the main part of Bespin Cloud City was Lando Calrissian's, of his design and of his, what he sort of created, built. But also there could be a lot of potential for other things on the Bespin planet. I think maybe a flashpoint. We do see Bespin mentioned and shown in the Star Wars Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. We see that Bespin is included, and a lot of corridors and stuff, and quite a bit of scenery up in the clouds. I think that will make a good flashpoint. Aherto, or Aherto, Force Awakens, Last Jedi. Basically, his island, isn't it? So, just an islandy looking thing. It doesn't really appeal to me, to be honest. Coruscant, great planet in the game. Glad they included that one. Naboo. Now, why didn't they include Naboo? Are they waiting to create a Star Wars The Old Republic 2 to bring these new planets in? Or have they got a 10-year plan or something that BioWare is thinking we're going to release one of these planets every 2 years, because that's the way it feels right now. Naboo, that'd be a great planet. Lots of streets, lots of buildings, waterfalls, and lovely scenery. Fantastic scenery. I can imagine doing some good flashpoints on that, and even a really interesting storyline. Okay, we're getting towards the end of this now. Oh, Endor, there we are. Endor was mentioned after all. And as we know, Endor is actually very similar to Kashyyyk, because when you play Knights of the Old Republic 1 or 2, Kashyyyk is in it, and it's very similar to Endor actually. So I think if you either have Endor or Kashyyyk, one of the two to do. I think I'll probably prefer Kashyyyk, because I'm more into Wookiees rather than into Ewoks. But for those who like slaughtering Ewoks, I think Endor would be the planet. Well, okay, thanks for watching this video. Giving you some ideas of some of the planets and locations that are actually missing from the Star Wars The Old Republic game. Will they bring them out as flashpoints? Will they bring out them as extra storylines? We'll just have to wait and see. There was a couple of other planets actually: Malachor, Malastare, Mandalore, Camino, Sullust, Dantooine, and Kessel. Kessel was one of the locations, a mining asteroid. Yeah, just a few there. Okay, well, take care, everybody. Enjoy your gaming. Goodbye.